Back for the fourth quarter along with Tom Larey and Josh Komnick. Jeff Benjamin with you here on WLCN. Railers up 44-26. Centennial will start with the basketball, trying to find any way to cut into this 18-point deficit they face heading into the final 8 minutes. Piper thought about stepping into a three. We'll let him have that shot all night.
Yeah.
Piper turns from 15 instead off the back of the rim. Doesn't get the friendly roll. And we've got a foul underneath, and I think that one's going to go against Austin by the look on his face. And it is on Kirby. That'll be his second, sixth on the team.
You can tell Austin is an Alexander just by looking at his face when going well. He looks just like his grandpa.
Piper thought about the three, couldn't fire it over Jake. Kenny back on top. Now over in the corner, three on the way. That's up. Shoots up an air ball. But Alexander with the rebound, his left foot stepped over the baseline. Coach Alexander asking if the official wants Cool Whip on his pumpkin pie.
That's the same official got chopped on by Lavin. That poor guy, he's always on that side of the floor.
So a turnover by Centennial. Railers with a chance to go up by as much as 20. Nelson over to Austin Kirby. Left side three is up. Three is good.
Yeah, good penetration there by Jordan. He gets in the middle of the lane. Really had to go up against Piper, and he saw Kirby, who's doing an excellent job here early on in the year, not forcing three-pointers, but the one he's taken are wide open, and he's been burying them.
Yeah, we saw that late last season where Austin finally started feeling comfortable on the floor and knew what his role was.
47-26, Railers now up by 21 as we approach the 7-minute mark.
Man, this will cause a stir in the basketball circles. This is a good Railers basketball team right now.
Kenny, watched by Olsen. Moves it around right side. Victor Shea tried to go in. Dribbled it off his foot.
16 turnovers for Centennial to this point. And the Railer fans taunting the Charger fans as they do to them.
Yeah, we got to get a guy in the middle here on the press breaker.
Yep.
Kirby hands it over to Nathaniel. Smitty will bring it into the front court. Hand now to Olsen.
Jake's done a nice job. He's out there against a lot of size. And just maintaining his cool, keeping his head up, and moving the basketball.
6.5. Christian underneath. Pulls it out to the baseline. His jumper from 12 rolls off. No good. Ball loose on the floor. Picked up by Centennial. Up to Alexander. To Piper. Running the lane. Goes down. He's hammered by Van Hook. Little stare from each one of them, but Piper didn't score. Christian gets the foul. Piper goes to the line for two.
You know, you look at Christian. He's been in the weight room.
Yeah.
That kid put some biceps on.
You're right, and he looks just a whole. I mean, this is a different player than we saw last year. You know, we had talked about this early on before the season even started, that he was a guy in sophomore game where you watched him, and there were games where like, whoa, can this guy help us next year? And 2 days later, he didn't know where he was.
He goes scoreless against Springfield.
Yeah, and tonight and Monday, and this is the guy that could propel us not only to a regional championship, but farther on, maybe the piece that we needed.
Gives us a big-time athlete. It's something the Railers haven't had for a while.
Piper gets them both. Double figures. 47-28. Smitty between the circles. Right side to Olsen. Down in the corner to Van Hook.
Centennial still a man-to-man, Jeff.
Nathaniel takes it down the lane, kicks it back out, and gets it back. Spin move by Nathaniel, goes in, gets bumped off the glass, won't go down, but I think Nathaniel's going to go to the line for only the second and third free throws of the night.
Yeah, it's odd that Centennial only had 2 fouls. They play very physical. It was also odd they called one on Kenny and haven't called anything since.
Yeah, a lot of threes though by the Railers, especially here in the second half. So that doesn't constitute most of the time for a lot of free throws.
Exactly.
Nathaniel's first free throw off, no good. Nathaniel, career 80% free throw shooter.
In fact, in the third quarter, 8 of the 9 Railer shots were threes.
Second one on the way. That's up. He missed that one as well.
That's probably the only time all year Nathaniel missed 2 in a row.
Under 6 minutes. Nice job by Christian with the block, but it comes down to Piper who lays it up and in.
That was a nice block by Christian and Nathaniel.
And you know, you talk about a nice block. It was a good controlled block.
Kept his play, had a chance to Piper right place, right time.
Olsen working against LaShore, gets it on the right side to Nelson. Now they swing it around back to Jake Olsen. There's Jordan around a screen, 3 on the way. Left it short, off the hands of Van Hook into the hands of Kenny for Centennial. 47-30. Through Piper's hands, Jordan almost had it knocked around. Gets it back over. They get it to Butler. Goes up, lays it over Van Hook, and it's good.
You know, here's the point in the game, guys. We were on Monday night, 5 minutes ago, only up 15 points, and we've gotten a couple possessions where we haven't scored, and then we've given up easy layups.
Yep. 5 minutes to go, 47-32.
The coaching staff is very verbal.
As Josh mentioned, the Railers were up by 1 point. Alley-oop from Nathaniel to Van Hook. Third time's the charm. They tried it a couple times in the first half, and it didn't work. But a nice look from Nathaniel. Van Hook lays it up and in. He's got 4.
Back cuts and lobs against overplaying man-to-man. Works a lot.
49-32, 4.5 to go. Kinney. Piper back to Kinney. He'll fire another 3. It's on the way. Spins off, no good. Tom, I think you mentioned it earlier. If you play Centennial, you almost just stand back and say Kinney to shoot.
Yeah, let him. So far, he's just having a bad night, but he's missed them a variety of ways. He was long, he was short. That one he spun out, so it went off side of his hand. It's not a very good shooter.
Approaching the halfway mark of the fourth quarter. Railers in control, up by 17. Jordan between the leg and a foul is going to be whistled on Kinney. That'll be his third.
Kinney's also got to be pretty tired. Jordan is pretty relentless on the offensive end. He never stands around. He cuts, he moves. Kinney's getting banged off a lot of screens, and boy, it takes him out of your legs.
Grant Coyne back in. Austin Kirby will take a seat. Austin with a good night tonight with 6. Jordan in the corner, right side 3 on the way off the back rim, no good. Christian high for the rebound. And are they going to get Christian for coming over the back, or are they going to get Centennial for backing in?
He backed him out. That's a terrible call. That's a terrible call. Christian went up, and Kenny just kept backing him. That's fouling on the defender there.
And, and that's one of those things where your athleticism really hurts you, because you look at it, he jumped straight up. His arms are so long, he reached right over. But Piper, being a senior, knows how to draw that foul.
You know, and that wasn't a call where it's a split-second call. That guy was going back for a second. You know, he had time to even think about saying, well, he's still fouling him, and he still made the catch. That's the wrong call.
Nah, he just booted that call. He knows it. He missed that call. It happens. But, you know, sometimes as a referee, you get a mindset. Oh, he's up over his back. You wait for the contact and call the foul. In that case, it clearly wasn't. But that's life. Good thing it wasn't a one-point game, because Coach Alexander was unhappy. Wonder how he'd have been if that made a difference. Brad, call the ball for...
LaShore made the first one, missed the second one. Ball tipped out of bounds. The baseline official needed help. The sideline official saying that it was last up by the Railers.
The sideline official took a guess. If he knew it, he would have called it instantly.
4 minutes to go, 49-36. Richter Shea looks to go baseline. Throw away, tip, nice job by Shea. Tips it ahead to Jordan Nelson. Jordan's going to take it in strong. The little finger roll doesn't go down, but he'll go to the line shooting 2. Fouls is on LaShore. And that was a nice shot by Jake Olson, tipping it ahead and getting it to Nelson for the layup.
Jordan landed real awkwardly.
Foul going to be on Centennial number 33, Javante LaShore. That's his first.
Remember last year down
He's
at...
got an ankle, Jeff. Maybe he's got Charlie Orton.
Remember last year down at Chatham when I think it was against Jacksonville when he went down hard, and we're thinking, oh, we don't know when we're going to see him again, and he was back the next day.
Night, yeah. He landed real awkwardly there.
You know, the only problem with now is we don't have a week break here.
Right.
We've got to play again Friday and 2 on Saturday, so not a lot of rest for that, you know, and that sprained ankle to get that bad blood or that fluid out of there. The swelling to get down, you pretty much got to stay on it and, you know, trying to keep getting it loose.
I might have missed it, but it actually almost looked like it was his calf, so maybe he just got it bruised, which hurts like heck, but you can play through it.
Jordan's free throw up and good. He has now hit 20 for the night.
Tomlin. Coaching staff's willing to leave him out there, so we'll see what happens. Sometimes you get back away from defense, it doesn't hurt as much.
Second one good as well, 21 for Nelson. He had 22 on the opening night. Slowly climbing the all-time list. 3:40 to go. Railers on top, 51-33. Cross court to Kinney.
That pass looks like it could have been picked off.
Yeah, Piper, I think, had that partially blocked by Van Hook. And then Alexander trying to save it, stepped out of bounds. It'll go back to the Railers. 3.5 to go, up by 18.
Yeah, so if you're early in the game, as quick as the Railers were, they would have picked that one off. Yeah. With high line, and you guys, you have to get the defense very line and high and across court, you got to pick it off. I was trying to, guys started saying, I was trying to bring the Shea on it.
by Alexander. Now Piper watches Van Hookson. Nathaniel. Nelson again. Right by him. Gets by it. Leaves it up and in.
You know, Jordan, I think the ball's level 3 sometimes. Yeah. He can get to the rim and get at anybody.
You're right, and he needs to do more of it.
He does need to do more of it. The Railers need that.
2:50 to go. Railers on top by 20.
Plus, it gives him better threes because he gets his defender has to give him a step.
You know, even just a quick fake clears some space.
Yep.
Nice job by Nathaniel. The rebound on the missed shot by Alexander. Hands it over to Jake Olson, and Jake will slowly get it into the front court.
Jordan Tomlin, he's playing hard, but boy, when he get an opportunity to relax there, he's hurt the unit.
I'm ticking away on this one. Railers are going to move to 2-0 on the season. Coyne had a wide open Jake Olson underneath. Jordan will fire off a three. Well, it's not hurting too bad on that one. He hits another one.
Jordan will lighten him up, and boy, the Railers are just stomping on Centennial. This is a big win.
7 in a row from Nelson. 56-33. 2 minutes to go in the fourth quarter. Butler's three. That's no good. Nathaniel another board.
Yeah, Smitty been excellent on that backside rebound.
All night.
We don't have the stats yet. As the game goes on, we hopefully will have them at the end. But Nathaniel's got to be close to double figures in rebounds.
Yep.
And he's going to have to. You know, he's going to have to be that guy on the backside, a guy in low that takes that aggressiveness to the boards every night.
Sure does.
Nathaniel hands it over to Jordan. Just inside the top of the key. That's good as well.
Good shooting practice for Jordan. Nobody's guarding him. I thought midway through the fourth quarter that Centennial was still playing hard, but it seems like they've pretty much given it up.
58-33.
Guys, and one thing, Butler, who really hurt us in the first half, has been non-existent this half.
Kenny with another shot, no good. Piper comes down with it, hammered by Coyne. It won't go in, and Piper will go back to the line, shooting two.
And the Railers are going to start to empty their bench. What a big win for the Railers tonight. We talked about what they need to do in the game plan. That's exactly what they did.
Free throw up and good. Seeing their first action of the year, Matt Hayes, Andy Cruz. On the court for the Railers, we're going to have Cruz, Hayes, Olson, Kirby, and Gesner.
You know, somebody like Nelson, you always hate that injury because once he comes out, that baby's going to tighten up real fast.
He's going to go right to the ice bucket.
Yes, he is. A joyous night for him.
Which is not a fun thing.
Anybody who's ever stuck their limb in ice, yeah, a good night for Jordan Nelson.
For the first 3 minutes, it's about as much pain as you'll ever want to have.
Seriously. And then it goes dumb and you wonder if it'll ever thaw out.
58-35 after Piper makes them both. We're down to 60 seconds. A minute to go in the contest here tonight.
Centennial empties their bench as well, which is the right thing to do.
Over to Gesner. Back on top to Hayes.
This win puts the Railers in a pretty good position to just capture this tournament. Yeah, important stuff. I'm not sure Cahokia or Danville is going to be a challenge, although both of them are very athletic. Cahokia is big.
Yeah, I think whoever wins on Friday night, that's going to determine who's going to have the inside shot at getting the title here. Down to 25 seconds, 58-35.
Most importantly for the Railers, you want to win 5. You're already starting to play for the seed in Collinsville. And for the broadcasters, we like the 1 seed because we play late. We play late both nights for those of us who work.
The only problem is bad drive home.
Yeah, if we drive. Yeah.
Under 10 seconds, and the Railers will just dribble it out. Matt Hayes is going to hang on to it. Now flips it back out to Austin. As the horn goes, that's the win for the Railers. Lincoln with the victory, 58-35. The Railers improve to 2-0 on the season. Again, the final score, it's Lincoln 58, Centennial 35. We will be back with our post game in just a moment. You're listening to Lincoln Railer Basketball.